Welcome to the Warframe Weapon Encyclopedia, where today we're checking out the dual kamas. You can get the blueprint for the dual kamas from the market, though first you're gonna have to get 2 singular kama, but luckily you can also get the blueprint for those in the market, and you then combine them with a token cell and some credits to get the dual version. Now for the singular version, you're only gonna need some neural sensors and then some very easy to get resources, so it's luckily not too expensive. Now, the dual kamas are a pair of mastery rank 1 dual swords that do primarily slash damage with only a little bit of impact and puncture on the side. They also come in with decent attack speed, mediocre to bad crit with a below average crit multiplier, slightly below average range, though relatively good status. Now, since you can get these extremely early on, let's check out a basic build first, which is gonna look something like this. You just wanna put on whatever you have, add a little bit of crit, a little bit of status, and then as much damage as you can get. The setup is actually gonna carry you for quite a while because it has more than enough damage to do anything on the star chart, and it's gonna do it pretty comfortably as well. But if for whatever reason you want to invest into your dual kamas a little bit more, I would recommend a setup like this. Now here we're actually gonna abandon crit completely, and we're gonna go full on into status, and we're gonna double down on slash. Now you could go with the hybrid setup, but you can't just do it with blood rush. You're gonna have to use some gladiator mods on your frame and the weapon as well, and even then it's still not gonna be great because the crit multiplier is only 150%. So a setup like this where we go into full status is gonna be much better. Don't expect too much from it though, because it is still at the end of the day a mastery rank 1 weapon, so you can get it pretty much as soon as you get into the game. So while it feels pretty good up to level sort of 50, maybe even 60, by the time you hit level 70, the beefier enemies, your heavy gunners, your bombards, napalm, scorches, that kind of stuff are gonna take far too many hits and it starts to feel bad. But that's still pretty good because you can do pretty much everything on the star chart, do most of the fissure missions, and do some early sorties as well. Just don't take it into an arbitration or steel path. You know what, the dual kamas are actually not that bad, especially if you take into consideration that they are pretty cheap and you can get them as early as mastery rank 1. Yes, they lack in pretty much every department, their damage isn't super high, their crit is not great, and the status could be higher as well, but you honestly can't expect much more from an early game weapon. Plus they are, in my opinion, one of the coolest looking weapons in the entire game, and before you say it doesn't matter, there's a reason why one of the longest running jokes in the Warframe community is that the true endgame is fashion frame. It's because people want to look cool when they're doing stuff, and these definitely give you a few swagger points. Also, they do have a primed version, which is a pretty significant upgrade to the standard dual kamas, so you can try out the dual kamas, and if you really like them, you can then farm up the dual kamas prime and rip up some endgame with those. It is ultimately up to you, but if you're a newer player, I would definitely recommend you give the dual kamas a shot. They're pretty fantastic for what they are. And that's pretty much it, so I thank you very much for watching as always guys, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.